Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo. Today we're building the chimpanzee enclosure, yeah. So as you can see, just doing gabion for the rear barrier. I'm basically going the route I did with the gorillas. So I'm doing gabion on the parts people aren't going to see, and then I'm going to do thick glass along the path. And it came out pretty good, so. But yeah, so thick glass on the front now. Trying to make it straight-ish. But, yep. Some thick glass. Fairly simple enclosure again. I did do a different style of climbable structure, which you guys will see soon. But I feel like the climbable structure came out good. I feel like all four of these primate enclosures, the climbing structures, came out pretty solid. I'm fairly happy with this entire primate section of the zoo, which we'll take a closer look at once we're done, and we'll go over some stuff for the next episode. Because we're not going to start the plaza just yet. We're almost there. We're almost going to start the plaza, but not yet. So a couple things I want to do before we get there. But, so I'm adding them in now so I can start getting stuff going, see if it's enough space. It's enough space, so. But I add a little bit of water before they get in there, because that'll let me know if they have enough space with the water in there. Our sable antelopes are almost all dead, so I do have to get a new set of those soon. Our ostriches are going to die soon. We're going to have an episode relatively soon where we're going to go through the zoo and just buy animals because we're running low in certain species. Because for one reason or another, they're either not breeding or they're just not breeding fast enough. Or I'm getting rid of all the offsprings and the old ones are dying, you know? So there's a couple species where we're going to have to go through and just probably buy one or two of each species, depending on what it is, and getting them ready so that they could start breeding again. Which shouldn't be like too bad because I'm pretty sure most species here I could just buy with cash. I don't need the credits, so that's good. And I'm also trying to manage shit because I let the game play for a second so the fucking chimps could go in there, so everything's going all hell immediately. I don't know how people do that. I don't know how people build stuff and let the game run at the same time. There's so much you have to keep up with consistently. So the chimps wanted soil, and there's too much short grass, so I painted like half the enclosure in soil, and they were happy with it, so that's good. Very simple, very quick, just a little bit of soil on one side. And then I go through, I add the food as close as I can to that door because sometimes the staff do have issues traversing enclosures for whatever reason. Add in a foraging box, a little rolling feeder, and then just one of each of the toy enrichments. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it for the enrichment stuff. Then I put a sprinkler right there next to the water because I thought that would be a good idea. And then I go with a very simple hard shelter. So I put these two rocks down. And then I just build a thing to go across the top. Just build a little roof. I'm going to connect all of it in a second, as you'll see, but I just did a quick little hard shelter. It was enough for both of them, you know. I didn't need anything too crazy for them. I knew that. And I do like using this mossy rock for the primates. I don't know why. I just do. But I did that. And I feel like it came out pretty good. I'm fairly happy with the hard shelter as a whole. It's very simplistic, but it looks good. I add a couple of pillars to the back as well, just so that it seems like it's structurally sound, you know? So I do that. Add in some leaf bedding because it looks the best for the primate enclosures because they're kind of like jungle-esque. That's another thing. I wish there was more jungle plants. There's not very many like jungle plants. I don't. I mean, there is. I don't know how to word it. There is jungle plants. Don't get me wrong. But there's not a lot either. There's not. I don't know. And I don't know. I never want to fill in the enclosure too much because I know that there is an issue with the animals trying to get around the plants because I know that they will literally just like not go around plants. Like when you look in the traversable area, there's like a radius around the plants that they just can't walk on. So, but add in a couple of trees, just trying to fill it in a little bit, you know? That's another thing too. All these primates, they don't have very many like small ground plants. They have a couple bushes and a couple ferns and that's it. And they're like the same thing, just different sizes. So I don't really ever know what to put in these enclosures. But sorry, but yeah, so I just threw a bunch of random plants everywhere. And then I added our lily pads because they look good. Look at that. Beautiful, gorgeous, great. So I do that, and then what do I do next? Now I start doing the climbable structures. So I started off by putting a platform on each of these trees. And you'll see why I did that in a second. That far tree is just its own little thing, but these two trees are connected over here. And then I put a climbing platform on top of the shelter so that they can get on top of there if they want to as well. And then I just do a bridge coming off of that, like so. And then I go and I get one of those thinner climbing boards and I just rotate it so that it's like a little ramp up to the bridge. And as you can see, I mean, it looks pretty good. It looks solid. I'm going to add a 6-meter little log underneath as well so that it has a support where the bridge and the ramp meet. So it looks, so it looks good. Looks like it's actually logical. And then I had an idea, just randomly, to use one of these prefabs. So I end up using this one. But I had an idea to use one of these. So I do that, right? And then I extend it over to this other climbing structure on the other tree. And I just extend this out, which I know I probably should have like made it turn or something so that it fit with the rest of the structure. But I just did it straight, and then I get one of these and I just rotate it so I can make the supports go all the way into the ground and not float. Which for some reason was kind of hard. I think it's because every time I change the height, it pushes the object back, or either pushes it away or pulls it in. So I think every time I would mess with the height, it would do that. Oh, sorry. Oh. But so I do that real quick, and then I'm gonna add one right here where the seam is to cover it up. The seam has to be a little shitty like that because I needed it to be higher, because if I kept going straight, it'd be under that platform, and I don't want that. So I just do that, which I think looks pretty good. It gives them quite a bit of space, and then I add a 6-meter log because none of these other ones were tall enough to that other platform. And then I just leave this one like this. I don't do anything else to it. They just have a little tree to go up if they want to go up it. And then I add just a 6-meter log on this side so that they can just climb up without having to go from the other tree. So, looks good. Fairly simple. But it looks good, and it's more than enough climbing space for them. So, and then I was going to add other stuff, but then I was like, it's too much. Because I wanted them all to connect. But that would just be too much. But that side is kind of empty. You know what, we might just throw a prefab over there real quick. Well, we'll look right now when we go and take a closer look at the enclosure. So now I'm extending the pathway so that we have a way to get to the plaza, because it's going to be straight off. It's going to be right... Oh, actually, that gabbion's going to have to become thick glass, I think. Because the plaza is going to be right there. I don't know how everything's going to be laid out yet, but the plaza is going to be right here next to the chimps. So I don't know how that's going to be placed yet. But yeah, so plaza's going to go somewhere right around there, and then now we have a full loop, so people should walk around a little more. We got to fill in that gap over there with something. But yeah, so that's the pathway done for now. Let him add the other one in. That's all good. Just double checking, make sure everything's working. It's working. So now we go and we add in our speakers and our TVs, just so people got their education and they don't complain. And then I did have to add a transformer as well, because there was no electricity, as you saw right there, getting in. So I put the transformer right here in a way where it should cover most of the plaza. And then the other side of the plaza is probably going to have another transformer somewhere. And then I got to kind of think about what I'm going to do for the plaza in terms of layout. I know I'm going to have a fennec fox enclosure right in the middle. So, so actually I need to make a staff path. Probably right alongside the chimp enclosure. Which I will do real quick when we go take a closer look at it. But adding all the TVs in, and then I go grab a donation bin too and put a couple of those down over there, so I don't forget. But yeah, so that's the enclosure. Let's go take a closer look at it, and then talk about the plaza and everything else that we gotta do. But yeah. Alright guys, and this is what we are left with. Looks pretty good. I'm fairly happy with the way it came out. Like I said though, I think we're going to go ahead and throw in a prefab over here. Just a little one, nothing crazy. Just because I didn't realize how empty it actually was. So we're not using this one over here, are we? Where is it? This? Oh yeah, we are. Wait, yeah we are. Wait, no we're not. Yeah we are. Yeah we are. I wish there was more prefabs like that though. And then this is not for like primates, you know? That's not really for primates either. Something like this could, that says lemur. So that might be too small for them. See, something simple like that could work. I just want to try filling it in a little bit. I think I'm going to go with this. I feel like they should be able to use it, so lower it into the ground just a little bit, or should I make it flush? No, that's good. And we'll put it right there. Just to give them a little something on that side, because it is empty on this side in terms of everything. So, okay, and then now what I want to do real quick is go right here, just so I don't forget about it, and then we could talk about what we're going to be doing next episode and stuff. I'm going to start from this side, actually. I wanted it closer, but that'll do. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so, general idea. I mean, first of all, this all has to get filled in with stuff. We're not going to worry about that until after the plaza, though. But this all has to get filled in. So, don't know what I'm going to do here. I could maybe do African elephants, because I do want them to have a fairly large enclosure. So I could do African elephants, which would be kind of dope. I mean, they would take up a large portion. But so there's that. That's an option. Or I could do some kind of either Asian animal, or I could try to do something else. But I mean, I feel like right here should be an African animal, and then over here should be an Asian animal, just because how close this is to the plaza. But so that has to get filled in. But so next episode, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the primate kingdom sign. It's going to go about right here. It's going to have like mossy rocks and vines on it, and then it's going to just say primate kingdom, maybe with a couple lights and a gorilla statue. So that's going to go right here, which leaves us still a lot of area to do other enclosures. But I want to do that right here, and then I want to kind of go fill in all this with plants and stuff, make it look nice and natural, and then I think that's really it. And like fill this in a little bit better because it is just one tree in an open spot. Maybe put a couple tree plants right here, a couple little ones. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea I have right now, is to next episode do that fucking sign and fill in a couple gaps in a couple places. This zoo is so big now, and it's getting so big. It mostly does stuff by itself too, which is nice. But yeah, so that's the general idea, is do that sign. We got to do animals right here after the plaza, and then we could start working this way and do this plaza. But so over here, I'm thinking obviously it's gonna have the African themed construction parts and stuff like that. And then so let me hold on. Okay, so over here is gonna be like the food stands. Actually, I don't want them. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really want the food stands and shit off of the main path. Fuck. That leaves a very big gap right there. Shit. I didn't think this through. I didn't even think about that. I don't want the things to be off the main path. I want them to be, where is it? Like over here. How you could still go the main path, but then you got all these lines right here, you know? I want it to be like that. I need to put more fucking bathrooms in. I mean, there's legit like nowhere to put them. But I definitely should be putting in more bathrooms than I have been. But it should be alright. See, like over here would do good with the bathroom, like right there, huh? Well, I guess there's that big ass bathroom. I guess their bathrooms are kind of fine. There's a couple big ones around. But so, actually, you know, I could just extend this. I could just, because I only need it to be able to fit these. So I could extend it this way so that these could still go right here. Or let's take a look at the animals. And then we'll filter by continent and go to Africa. So, because I could do just like, not a huge enclosure, but an enclosure. Like, I could do a carcel. They don't need too much space, do they? Yeah, they don't. And it's 1-in-1. I feel like those could be kind of cool. Unless there's like another primate. I could do mandrills. How many of those do I need? 5 to 10. Or, well, I need 5 of each. Wait, no. I could start it with like 2 and 2 and it'd be fine. Are those guys money or credits? Money. So I could just sit here looking for them. I think we might go mandrels. I don't know why these are here. They literally say Japanese. Oh wait, did the filter go away? Oh, it did. So I'm thinking mandrels, actually. I could just put mandrels in right there. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But we'll do the plaza first before we do the mandrel enclosure. But we'll do the mandrel enclosure right there in front of that staff area. That'll be good. And then, like I said, we'll do the fennec fox in the middle of the plaza. Yeah, because so the mandrel, I'd probably start it a little off of the path, so like right here. And I'd probably end it about right here. And then that should be more than enough space for them. And then we'll have the plaza start because I'm gonna do like landscaping stuff right here in between. So the plaza will probably start right here, and it'll go like this. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna make it bigger than the other one for sure, but it's gonna go somewhere like this. It's gonna be sizable. And then we'll have a bathroom on this side somewhere and a bathroom on this side, and then the middle is gonna be a fennec fox enclosure. Because I don't think they need too much space, if I remember correctly. So I think we're gonna do just a fennec fox in the middle. Or I could go aardvark. Let me see which one has the least amount of space needed. So they only need 2,000, and how many go in there? 1 to 10 can go in there. So I could actually do like a sizable little enclosure and have them in there. Or I could go up here and do the aardvark, because it's also Africa. As you can see. And these guys need more space. So no aardvarks, we're going to do the fennec foxes, because I could put like 2 of them in there. And guests could enter it, which I think will be cool, because it'll be like the plaza. So having an enterable habitat in the middle of the plaza is kind of dope. So I think that's what we're going to do, is the fennec foxes are going to go in the middle of the plaza. We'll build... Oh shit. How do I do this? So I think we'll build like the outline of the plaza when we go to do it. I think we'll build the outline of the plaza. Like I'll kind of just do a path until I'm okay with the size of the plaza. And then we'll build the enclosure, and then we'll adjust the plaza's size as we need after building the fennec fox enclosure in the middle. And then I think for like, I think habitat gates, I think those can go butt up with a normal path. I mean, right here, I think the reason it can't is because it's so close. Can't have multiple gates, but so I could put it right off of a normal path though. So that's good. So that's the idea though for the plaza. It'll be pretty big. I'll have fennec fox in the middle, and then one side we'll have all our vendors and stuff, and then we'll still have a restaurant somewhere. I don't know if we'll do a gift shop. We probably will. It'll look better than this one, but we'll probably do another gift shop. And then we'll do the mandrills after that, and that'll be a good section over here done. And then I think we're going to have this path right here just go into the plaza, because I don't know how much further this way I want to go yet. I'm still on the fence about how I want to structure it, but we got the next couple episodes set up, so do the sign, fill in some gaps here and there with some foliage. And then we can do the plaza and the fennec fox, hopefully in one video, we'll see. But we'll do all, well actually, that's going to be like 2 or 3 videos, probably the plaza. So, we'll probably start with the outline of the plaza and the fennec fox all in one video. And then we'll make another video going through and adding the vendors and the stores and the restaurant and stuff. And then the 3rd episode will probably be finishing that stuff and then adding in like a couple things here and there. And then after that we could do the mandrills. And then after that we could fill in these 2 gaps and go from there. But yeah, so that's the general idea for the next like 5 or 6 episodes or so. So got a couple weeks of videos planned out in this little area. But yeah, I'm at like 65 hours in the game or something, which is crazy. But yeah, so that's the general idea for the next couple episodes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Planet Zoo. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you guys want to see on the channel in the future. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next one. Stay safe out there, and peace out, guys.